What's up guys, today I'll be doing a review on this Title Boxing 100-pound soft strike heavy bag. So stay tuned. So before we do the review, I'm going to give you guys a close-up of this heavy bag to show you what it's made of and what was included when I purchased it. First, starting from the top, you do have the swivel adjustment that you can connect to a carabiner or whatever kind of device you have set up in your home or your gym. Next, you're going to have these 4 metal chains that come down and connect to this metal D-ring. From there, it is attached to the nylon straps on all 4 sides. So rotating around, you can see it's the same. The top has a zipper closure, and the inside material that they use is basically a PU microfiber fill. They also use what they call a 1-inch thick rubber layer on the inside that helps the bag keep its shape. But this is what it's filled with, this material right here that it's packed with, which kind of gives it a more consistent and soft feel when you punch the heavy bag. So that's what it's filled with, together along with that 1-inch rubber piece. And again, you can see there it comes with the zipper. This bag, I believe, is made in China. The dimensions on it, you can see is 14 inches by 42 in height. 14 is going to be the diameter. China, and then the warning label right there. The front of the bag is pretty standard Title Boxing. It does have this plastic patch, but I'm not a huge fan of, just because you have corners and edges on it that you got to be aware of if you're using this. Obviously, typically people are going to be wearing gloves when they use it, so you wouldn't really worry too much about damaging your hand. But not too big of a fan of that. I wish that was just printed on like the Triangle Tiga logo. So that's pretty much it. You have the logo on 2 sides of the bag, opposite of each other. The material they use here is a polyurethane vinyl. So it is not genuine leather. It is a synthetic material that they say is very durable and should last quite a while. And to be honest with you, this is a pretty standard material I've seen on heavy bags, both Title, Ringside. I've seen use this style. It's not quite as rugged as like the nozzle bag that I have that feels thicker and just has a little bit more of a rugged feel, but still gets the job done. And then lastly, at the very bottom is going to be the metal D-ring that you can attach an anchor to if you want to keep the bag from swinging around. It's completely up to you, but you do have that option there. So there you have it. That's the Title Soft Strike Heavy Bag, and let's go ahead and do the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on this Title Boxing 100-pound Soft Strike Heavy Bag. You can get this from TitleBoxing.com for $149. They also have a 70-pound version of this bag for $10 cheaper at $139. Do keep in mind that the dimensions of the bag, regardless of weight you get, is still the same. It's going to be a 14-inch diameter by 42 inches in height. So that's going to be from the bottom of the bag to the very top of the bag. Now, material-wise, like I showed you guys earlier in the close-up, the exterior of the bag itself uses a PU vinyl material that has kind of a smooth finish to it. Obviously, it's not genuine leather. The actual top uses this canvas nylon that's actually stitched onto the bag itself. And then from there, you have a metal D-ring with the 4 metal chains at the very top, with the pivoting ring up top that you can connect to a carabiner or whatever your setup is in your gym or your home. The inside of the bag is filled with a PU microfiber type of shredded material that they fill it with to kind of give that softer composition. And they also use a 1-inch rubber sheet or a rubber piece that they put in the bag to kind of help it keep its shape so it doesn't get all saggy or has uneven spots. So you do have a zipper up top that you can open up and take a look at the fill, or if you ever want to refill the bag, then you can do so. It's not sealed. Looking at the bag, there's really nothing to it. It's a pretty simple looking Title bag. You do have this large Title Boxing patch that has kind of these raised letters in plastic. I'm not really a big fan of plastic patches just because there's typically like kind of a sharp lip on it. I wish they would have printed it like they did the T triangle logo there. So logo on both sides, you can see. So 2 logos total. And at the very bottom of the bag, you do have a metal D-ring that's stitched to the bottom. That way, if you want to put an anchor to the bag to prevent it from swinging around, you can totally do so. Now, the reason I decided to get this bag was I wanted to add it to my rotation. The nozzle bag I have is an excellent bag. It's probably still my favorite, but it's a little heavier at 135 pounds and a little more denser. So it took some time to break in. And me, I've had a history of tendonitis, like golfer's elbow, where, you know, obviously from doing a lot of bag work over the years, you start to get some soreness in your elbows right here, and just throughout your joints, your shoulders, just over time. So I wanted something a little bit softer that was a little bit more forgiving on my body to use for training. I also wanted it to be a little bit lighter so I can work a little bit more on my mobility and have this swing around so I can work on it coming in and hitting it as the bag swung in, which I can still do with the nozzle, but it's just a little bit heavier. So I wanted something that was a little bit more mobile and was a little bit softer. So hence the name of the bag, Soft Strike, is what kind of caught my attention. And at the price point of $149, it's actually a pretty good deal. If you're able to catch like free shipping or a discount, that's even better, because I know Title Boxing does promotions throughout the year. So always keep an eye out for that. Now coming to this bag, with it being 42 inches in height, I think it's a perfect height for really anybody to use, just depending on how high or how low you hang it. But you have a really nice sweet spot as far as being able to aim for the head. You can work the body with this. And the composition of the bag, let me just take my gloves off real quick to show you, is definitely softer than the nozzle bag. So it's not a super stiff bag. You can see that it has a pretty firm but soft composition. It's not rock solid, and it's not like super soft to where when you punch into the bag feels like a pillow and your punches just really like sink into it. There's a bag that's, I think it was the Title big body bag, I think it's called. It's this large black Title Boxing bag that has red straps on it, and it's like, the diameter of it's huge. I would say it's like maybe 3 of these bags combined. I think it's called the Big Load, a wide load heavy bag, if I'm not mistaken. But that one, when you punch it, it's so soft that your punches literally, I mean, you feel like your hands sink into that. And that's definitely not the case with this bag. You definitely have some firmness to it still, but it's soft enough to where it's more forgiving, definitely more forgiving than my nozzle bag. You just get a little bit more of a softer hit. So it's a little bit more forgiving, especially on your joints and your elbows when you're punching this. So I'll leave my gloves off for now just to kind of show you the kind of density that you're getting with this bag. Just to show you guys. And you can see that as I punch it, you can see where I punch it, you have little dents. But the good thing about it is that it's consistent. So I don't feel like over the last, month and a half that I've had this bag, and I've been using it pretty frequently, daily, if not every other day, as part of my training regimen, I don't feel like there's any sagging. Like, none of the material has like dropped to the bottom and made it rock solid, which I hate. That's probably my biggest pet peeve with some heavy bags, is the bottom portion, like starting right here towards the bottom, gets super hard. And then when you get towards this area, it's like just super soft, and then you get to the top and it kind of gets hard again, but the very bottom ends up being rock solid. So sometimes when you're doing your bag work and you're working your straight punches and your hooks, everything's cool, and then you'll come down for like a shovel hook, bang, and you hit it, and you're like, damn, that feels like I'm hitting a brick wall. So with this, I never had any issues with that consistency of the entire bag, which I love. When I'm hitting it. So I'm going to put these gloves on real quick and show you guys again. And you guys may have seen this bag. I know several of you have asked for me to do a review. Obviously, I was planning on doing a review, but you guys may have seen it in other videos where I was doing my glove reviews on, or my training, and it's remained true. So regardless of where I'm hitting it, I can hit it low. Feels good right there. In the middle, feels good. Up top, feels good. Just a nice consistent feel, and at 100 pounds, it's heavy enough where you get a nice satisfying pop on the bag. It doesn't move around too much, but you can also work on it coming in. Countering. So Great for movement. You want to push off, you can pivot out, you know, angle out, work your hooks or combinations. You could do so. Other great thing about this bag is you can use all of your attachments. So if you have, you know, a bob and weave attachment like the one I have from Rival, you can do so with that. If you have like a head target attachment, it's great because it's a cylindrical bag, so you can essentially attach anything to it. So definitely a great bag. I love having it, part of my rotation. Again, at $149 for the 100-pound version, to me is the way to go. I mean, if you're gonna spend $139 for the 70-pound version, unless you're specifically looking for something at that weight, I mean, you might as well spend the extra $10 and just get the 100-pound version. Because to me, that's a little bit more realistic, because you're going to be, you know, sparring and fighting people that are, you know, typically over 100 pounds. At least I would hope you are. But definitely a great bag for what it is. Is it as rugged as the nozzle bag? No, I don't feel it as the quality is as nice. The nozzle bag is actually made in the States, where this is made in China. But even then, it's still a pretty nice bag at the price point at 149 bucks. And I definitely think this is a good kind of a budget-friendly, maybe even a good starter heavy bag for those of you that are looking to get your first heavy bag. So, as usual, if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find the Soft Strike heavy bag. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.